Happy Tuesday, August 26th, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and a decent trading day yesterday. This price action is absolute shit. It's similar to yesterday. I did take a trade yesterday. However, I did break even. It was like kind of towards this time of the day yesterday, and I had a setup and I got in. I'll explain it in this recap here as well, but I got in the trade and then I had to get going, so I just moved my stop to break even with no volume and stuff, and then we just end up again stop break even, so no harm no foul. And then today is just a no trade day as well. There was a couple of setups happening, but then never got tapped in. We just been chopping around in this range like crazy. It's absolutely disgusting. I think we're just waiting for NVIDIA earnings, which are tomorrow. So I think that's what we're waiting for. And then we do have some news events towards the end of the week. So I believe the rest of the week will be a lot better. We might still have a choppy day tomorrow, but then Thursday and Friday should be pretty good. But yeah, I just wanted to put up a quick recording. I don't know if anybody's going to actually watch this because, again, it was no trade. But either way, I thought I'd just go ahead and put this up. And I just want to explain too that I kind of had like some thought processes that happened over the weekend with me. And I had to start thinking to myself, like, what got me to the payout that I got with Tradeify from the beginning, right? My first time ever trading with Tradeify, I got a 50K straight to funded Lightning account, and I was able to get a $2,000 payout in just 2 weeks, literally 14 days, pretty easily. And the way I did that was by trading one ES contract and sticking with a 5-point stop and a 10-point TP. Why am I switching that up? Well, because I took a few losses in a row. Some of them were my fault. Some of them just happened the way they did. I do think that I haven't been taking all the way A++ setups. So I think I need to take a lot less trades because I know the difference between like one of my B setups or an A+ setup, right? So I need to make sure I'm just taking those A++ setups, and I'm going to go back to one ES con, right? And I'm going to stick to that 5-point, 10-point TP because that's what got me to a payout. So why would I change that? So that's what I'm going to do. I just need to be more patient on my entries, right? And then really wait for those pullbacks before I go ahead and enter a trade. And then also I need to make sure I'm waiting for those A+ setups. And when I say A+ setups, I mean where I have all my confluences, right? If y'all been watching my videos, you know I love the 200 EMA on the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart. I really need to be looking at the trend on the 15-minute chart and the 5-minute chart, right? Like I need the price, if I'm gonna go long, I need the price to be above all the EMAs and the VWAP on the 15-minute chart, as well as the other time frames, and where I was kind of taking trades that was going against what the 15-minute trend was, and those are lower probability trades. So I kind of did some back testing, and essentially I would have only gotten like 10 trades if I waited for the absolute A+ setups this month, right, in August. But I would have won 8 out of those 10 trades with a 1 to 2 risk reward, right? So that's really good, right? That would have already put me at a payout just taking those 10 trades. So that's what I'm concentrating on is taking less trades, basically still my 1 a days, but taking less trades and going in with a little bit of that heavier size where I'll basically be risking $250 to win $500. And I feel like I got to kind of do that with prop firms. You got to be a little bit more aggressive. I can't be all timid, and the longer I wait, the more mistakes I make, the longer time I take to get to that payout, the more mentally I get messed up, right? The more mental battle it is overall, right? So that's why I'm going back to that, and I just wanted to put that out there so y'all know what my plan is. And again, break even yesterday and completely no trade today. Also, if you like, I have a free income and expense prop firm tracker down below made through Google Sheets. It's absolutely free if you want to check that out. With that being said, make sure you like and subscribe to the video, and let's go ahead and get into the recap. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday, August the 26th. We are about 10 minutes into the market open here, and we are forming the range here, as you can see. I just want to go over my trade yesterday. I did not post a video because I did break even on the trade. The price action was very, very chop, and I got into this trade right here, but then I had to get going. So I just went ahead and moved my stop to break even, no harm, no foul, ended up stopping break even, and that was that trade. But to go over my levels here, we have the previous day high marked out here, as well as the previous day low, which is right at where the previous day closes, which is this dashed line. as well as the London highs. So this is a major level right here. And what I'm essentially looking at is if we can reclaim above this and then break out of the range, I will look for an upside trade. But if we, keep rejecting off of it here and then basically break this range, the 15-minute range, and then I'll look for a retest to go lower here. So that's the plan. Pretty simple, because we have the magical 200 EMAs sitting here on the 5-minute chart as well as the 15-minute chart, right at where the support line is. So this line, this area is basically what is going to determine if we're going to go long or short. All right, so we got the 5-minute chart over here and the 2-minute over here. I do like the way that this formed right here. Essentially, we did break and closed outside of the 15-minute range, as you can see right here, and we're starting to reject again off of that level. So this could be an area where we would want to look to enter the short. The only thing that I do have to be aware of is we have some news coming up here in 5 minutes. So it's one of those things, like maybe I go ahead and just wait a little bit, wait for the news to clear, and then we'll just kind of wait for a setup from there. So again, just being patient. I want everything to be absolutely perfect before I enter a trade. I don't want any question of, should I enter this or should I not enter this? So we have the news about to come out here in 30 seconds, as you can see there. But what's happened is basically nothing. Just kind of chopping around in the 15-minute range. So again, pretty simple. We're either looking for a breakout to the upside or breakout to the downside. It's just really consolidating in this zone, on this level, this major level here. So the market just needs to decide which way it wants to go. Do we want to go short? Do we want to go long? It's kind of hard to determine right now, but that's why we just have to stay patient and just wait to see what happens here. Again, I was starting to lean more towards the long side, especially since we're seeing on the 5-minute chart here that we are curling above all of these EMAs, as you can see right there, above the 200 EMA, and the 9 EMA is curling above that 200 EMA. A lot of times when we start to see the EMAs curl above the 200 EMA, that's when we're going to start leaning towards that direction. And then of course we're above VWAP there as well. So the news just came out. It doesn't look like it's done much. There's the news. Again, that wasn't red folder or anything, so I didn't expect anything too crazy. All right, we're starting to finally get a pump out of the opening range here above that major level that I was talking about, the previous day low and the previous day close, the level of support. Basically reclaim this. I mean, as you can see on the 15-minute chart, like when we dipped down, we went right back up and then held above this. So I really like that for longs, and that's why I was leaning towards longs once, that we didn't get the flush down here. So now we got the 5-minute closure on the outside here. So I'm gonna switch this back to the 5 and then this to the 2-minute. So now all we wait for is a pullback back into the 9 here. And like I said, I'm working on my patience here. So, because I've gotten trapped too many times where I would probably like try to enter like right now, and then I would get like top ticked, right? And then it would just start dropping. So I really want to see this drop, maybe like two candles even, back down, like two 2-minute candles back down. And then we look to go long, to like really let that flag out there. So we'll like wait for the pullback and then wait for a break of that flag, then to go long. I just want to draw out what the risk reward would be on this. So, I would be keeping that 5-point stop down here, which would be back into the range. And then we would look to target our 10 points right here, right? But that I really like. See how we just formed, let me just draw that out. See how we just formed this down, and now we're basically touching that 9 EMA. So I'm gonna go ahead and place an order here. So I just went ahead and placed an order. So we're looking to get tapped in right there and then continue that going longer there. But see how we basically drop below that little low there? That's what I wanted to wait for. I like to see candles that are like kind of forming more of that flag into the 9. What I didn't want to happen, like what I've been doing is like I would enter like right here already. I would get barely tapped in, and then I would get top ticked and we would just flush down. And this is another reason why I like to do stop orders, right? So that way we can see if this is actually a flag and we're going to go higher without kind of missing the move. But this way we also can avoid most of the time basically getting trapped, right? So this is what, this is exactly what we want to see, another rejection off of that 9, holding above that 9. So I really like this order sitting here as long as we hold above this 9 EMA basically. We have about 30 seconds for this 5-minute candle to close. The 2-minute not looking that strong though. There we go. We're getting a pump up here. There you go, my ninja. This could be another no chop day. The market, I guess, is just waiting for NVIDIA. Probably go ahead and still post this video. So yesterday, again, we had that break-even trade, been a bunch of chop. And then today, you know, so far, it's looking like a no trade day. And then tomorrow we have NVIDIA earnings, I believe, in the afternoon. Let's see if we have news tomorrow. Nothing tomorrow. So it could be another chop day, honestly, tomorrow. It really could be. And then Thursday and Friday might be the days for us to actually get some setups, which is fine because I'm in this new thought process of basically taking less trades, and just really waiting for the A+ setups. Because I'm telling you, I think, you know, the previous weeks I would have got entered right here, and then this would have just stopped me out, right? And then I would have been all pissed off, or I might not have been pissed off, but I would be like, oh, that was another valid L. But I was just taking L. I've been taking L's like that over the last few weeks for no reason. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take this order off here. This is just dumping down. So yeah, let's go ahead and cancel that. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. We're about, what was that, 2 hours into the market here since opening, and you know, we had a setup up here. We, you know, attempted to put an order in, didn't get tapped in, so no harm, no foul, but there's just no volume here at all. It's just not even worth it. It's even if I get another setup, I get tapped in, I don't even think we have enough volume to, you know, get to my full 10 points. So to me, it's not even worth it. I'm just gonna call it here. Of course, I say that now, and then, you know, as soon as I shut it down, the market's gonna do what I want it to do. I mean, it never fails, right? But I mean, it's just not worth it with this volume to even get involved with this. The market's definitely waiting for the earnings, I suppose. So again, you know, yesterday break even, today no trade day. I think I'm gonna go ahead and still put this video up and everything, and just kind of talk about the last 2 days. But with that being said, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you did, I don't even think this video is gonna get a lot of watches, but if you did, I appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow.